Hey guys, it's btaylortv and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Tyler Perry has exposed Hollywood's agenda for Black women and the Black family. So let's go ahead and get into some things.
Women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, Black women are making a lot more money for the most part than Black men, right? There are a lot of Black men who are successful, but for the most part, Black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no, I need somebody they need to make 5 times more and I got to have, well, you keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go and keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
So Tyler Perry was on an interview where it went viral after he basically told Black women that it's okay if the man cannot provide, if he has no provision, if, you are settling less for financial, as long as he is treating you right and loving on you correctly, if all he can afford is the light bill, that's enough. And what he said went viral because, let me tell y'all something. I'm tired of the agenda of struggle love being pushed on Black women. Black women have always struggled in love. We've always took the brunt of not being hypergamous, not leveling up, not wanting better for ourselves financially, not putting our children in places where they can get a better education, where they can be surrounded by certain opportunities and be around people and connections and close connections to different opportunities. Okay. Cause let's think about it. Let's talk about the education system. If the woman is the breadwinner, all the weight is going to still be on the mother as in taking care of the children. I don't care how much 50-50 you guys do, the weight of parenthood and dealing with the children will always be on the mother more. I've seen it in my personal life. I've experienced it. I'm a mother. I know how this works, okay? And yes, when you're a working mother, you're missing out on opportunities that you could be having with your children, okay? So if you're the breadwinner, that means that he needs to fill in the role that the woman would usually do because the women took on certain roles because the men were the breadwinners. So when you have a home where the woman is the breadwinner and the man can't even afford rent, light bill. Tyler Perry said light bill, right? So he can't afford the mortgage or rent. He can't afford the car note. He can't afford insurance. He can't afford the groceries. He can't afford the health. He can't afford going out to eat. He can't afford the vacations. But all he has is a light bill. That sounds like a liability. That sounds like a child. That sounds like an extra mouth to feed. That sounds like a liability. Okay. That sounds like an extra amount of stress. And you're supposed to get turned on by that. Why is that only pushed by Black women? And now I see why Tyler Perry is so successful in Hollywood as a Black man. And he's able to have such opportunities that other Black people and producers have not broken through because there is an agenda that they agree with. And they agree with the agenda that Black women, first of all, is I can do bad all by myself. He literally has a movie called I Can Do Bad All By Myself, if I'm not mistaken. In his movies, if you watch any Tyler Perry movie, I grew up, like it emphasized the Black trauma experience that Black women have constantly been through with men in our community. And it was relatable in some way because we kind of went through it, or, you know, we could relate to a story, or we always had that Mima that was crazy. And then we always had that, you know, one grandma who's single, that auntie that's single, pull hot grits on him when he cheat, and, you know, all about that life. And these women are masculine. I mean, you literally have Tyler Perry, who is a man dressed as a woman, pretending to be a Black woman, going into the caricature of masculine Black women. And this is how we act. And this is how we act when we get older and we're single and we ain't got no man and we just angry and we ready to shoot up everybody that disrespect us and whatnot. And there's a certain agenda that is being pushed. So I'm not surprised that he would say that. Now, maybe Tyler Perry, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was talking about his friend Oprah. Maybe he was talking about someone who is like Oprah, whose light bill is probably thousands of dollars. Okay. And she has so much money where she doesn't really need a man that's providing provision, because she has reached a level of success. She's an anomaly. So all she's reached is high level of success in the 1%, where yes, she is looking for compatibility and only compatibility, because she has broken barriers that no other Black woman has broken in history in such a long time. So therefore, if you're talking about your friend Oprah, where her light bill is probably thousands of dollars, and that big old house of hers, then yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. If you're talking about a woman who is a millionaire and her husband is making over six figures, maybe like high level six figures, that's one thing. But to tell the average, I mean, this is how out of touch some of these celebrities are, is that you push this agenda to tell the average Black woman to settle for less. I grew up in a 2-parent household, and let me tell you something. My grandfather paid the bills. I grew up in a very traditional household. That's what I'm used to. My father, okay, paid the way and paid most of the bills for the home. Okay. Anytime I've ever seen a dynamic where a woman has had to take over as the sole provider permanently, like this is not something where he fell on hard times and he just, wifey got to step in. I'm talking about that this is how it is. This is how it is. We are not talking about times where, he may have got laid off and you may have to step up or he got injured and you may have to step up. We're not talking about those situations. We're specifically talking about pushing the narrative that Black women should seek struggle love from Black men, and that we shouldn't push our Black men to be better. We shouldn't put the pressure on them to be better, that no, we're not going to give you babies until you get it together. No, we're not going to sleep with you until you get it together. No, we're not going to marry you and date you and give you the attention until you get it together, because these same men tell women we are the standard, to close our legs, to have standards so men will get in line. So now Black women are saying, you know what? Yes, I believe in hypergamous lifestyle. I believe in soft girl era. I want a better life for myself, and I am not going to settle for anything less, because the men that I want are not stepping up. So therefore, I'm just going to focus on myself. You're not going to get any kitty cat. You're not going to get any babies. You're not going to get any play from me until you step it up, because what? Women are the standard. So until we ladies stand our ground and say we're not settling for less, get your shit together. I literally had to leave situations or circumstances or relationships where that man had to get it together. And guess what? He got it together. He just didn't get it together on the time I needed him to get it together. But because I left, he got it together. Okay? Because I left, he got it together. Sometimes women, we enable men. We enable them. We cripple them, we baby them, we keep them from being men. We shelter them and we mother them What we're enabling these men to not grow up to be men. And then we wonder why it's so many boy men out there, men who are children. Okay. There are 50-year-old men who are still running home to their mama asking for money. There are 50-year-old men who cannot be a man because a man wasn't able. You cannot make a man. You cannot make a man. Their fathers probably wasn't in their life, and that's fine. But life will teach them who they are as a man. And it's going to get rough and it's going to get tough. But we got to encourage these men by standing our ground and setting a standard to say no more struggle. Let the banditas get with the bandits, okay? Let them settle for those men and let them struggle it out. I'm not talking about young couples because let me get specific because a lot of people want to add in there. Well, what about when you're 20 years old and in college? And what about da-da-da? What about? No, that's not what I'm talking about. If you're 20 something years old, you're 19, 20, you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, even late 20s, and that woman is expecting you to pick up all the bills and pay for things, that is not realistic. You got to look at your circumstances first of all. You got to look at your circumstances. What is the plan? What is the provision? Okay. So if you are a young couple and all he is able to is pay the light bill, maybe you guys shouldn't be living together. Okay. If you are married, what is he doing? Is he in school? Is he actually making good grades? Is he actually accomplishing something? Because there are men out there who's going to school and working 2 different jobs because that's what makes them men. Stop trying to make men not men anymore. Stop trying to, I feel bad for them because no, that's what makes them men. That's what gives them the drive. That challenge is what gives them drive. You're supposed to be their peace in between that. Men don't mind sacrificing as long as they can come home to a peaceful environment. A woman that has his back, that's gonna be there to make sure, baby, I'm holding it down. But holding it down in your 30s and that man is just not pulling his weight. Let me tell you something about men who's not pulling their weight. When you're dealing with a man that's not pulling his weight, there sometimes comes envy. Okay, that man starts to get envious of you. You could be making money, accomplishing, and he all suddenly start, you think you all that because of da-da-da-da. Oh, you think you all of this because of da-da-da-da-da. They actually get turned off that they cannot provide for you. I've had friends that dated men who have decent jobs, but as she started making more money, it's like, well, why you buying that? That's super expensive because he can't give it to you. Men love taking care of their women. Don't ever let no man fool you to think that they don't desire that. They don't want to spoil you. They love to spoil the woman that they want to be with. It is in their nature to want to care for you, provide for you. Just like a woman, our nature is to nurture. We love nurturing our men, but sometimes we make the mistake of nurturing them as if we are their mother. And some of these men's mother wants you to take their place and mother their damn sons. No, ma'am, we're not doing that anymore. Tyler Perry, I'm sorry, baby, but no, we're not doing that either. We're not doing it all bad by no. Okay, because he has these horror stories, where women, what was it? The Acrimony, the movie Acrimony, where this woman was with this man. She gave her all. She gave her mother's house, her money, everything. She gave her all for this man, believing in him, struggling next to him. That man broke her down every day. I hated that story. Because it tapped into women's fear of holding a man down, holding him down, struggling with him, believing in him until you're tired. You're not reaching any goals in life. You're not reaching any goals as a man to show that woman, hey, if you keep making wrong left turns, I'm going to start to question where the hell are you going? If your destination is here and you haven't even reached a level of something to show me that we're going somewhere, and you're not just feeding me broken dreams because you broken me, They expect us to be broken in the process, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gets lucky because his dream pops up, and then he goes and win all this money. The one thing I did respect is that he gave her what she was owed. But one of the things is you cannot pay a woman back with just money. There's time that's lost. There's beauty. There was hope. There was a family that was supposed to be involved in this. And that did not happen for them. That did not happen for her. Man can pay you back in money because that's the least he can do for wasting so much of your time in life. But she had to sit back at her old age and watch the man that she suffered with for multiple years live in abundance with the woman who came in halfway through. He was almost there. But this woman was suffering for freaking decades with this man. She lost everything for this man. That woman didn't lose anything for that man. He did not lose anything. She did not lose anything for that man. Taraja character lost everything. So she was bitter. She was angry. She was resentful. And that story and the ending was just trash. And I'm sorry. I just did not enjoy the writing. I did not enjoy the storyline that she ended up dying at the end or she got kicked off the boat. It was just such a crazy. Anyway, guys, I got to calm down with that one because Acrimony, I literally watched that. I'll never watch it again. Something inside of me triggered. Okay. Because that's why a lot of women don't leave struggling situations because they think, well, what if he reaches his success and I leave too soon? We could look at the real world and look at our family members that probably didn't even do anything successful. Or that one guy you went to school with that still ain't doing shit and hitting the streets. Still got a dream and a dollar to be a rapper and he's not. Okay, you have those anomalies where somebody is a struggling rapper, that woman held him down, and then when he got on top, he looked at her like, why would I want to be with a woman that was struggling with a man this long? I want to get with the women who want the man who I am now because they know their worth. So ladies, know your worth. Don't let Hollywood fool you anymore with these love movies and struggles. And, I understand building the Black family. That's not what I'm taking away from. I believe wholeheartedly to build the Black family. But what we're not going to do is sit up here and struggle with Pookie and Ray Ray because all he can afford is the light bill because he's been hitting the streets. No, ma'am, we're not doing that. We're not pushing that agenda. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. This is just my thoughts and opinions. These are not facts, but I can say this seems pretty factual. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching this video and go ahead and comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Until next time. Bye.